What's up YouTube, welcome back to another video on the Yezdi Scrambler. So this video is going to be the touring review on this motorcycle. So in this video I'm gonna talk my feel about this motorcycle to take this as a highway tourer. So this video is all about the highway touring capacity, nothing on off-roads or usage in the city. I have done a detailed review on this motorcycle. You can check that video if you are interested to know more about it out of highway. So first of all, let's talk about the cruising speed. So on this motorcycle I feel the 6th gear is actually comfortable at a speed of 110. So anything from 90 to 120 is kind of fine. Like that's the cruising speed. This motorcycle can go up to a speed of 140 km/h, which is great. But even when I said that, even when you're going at 90 km or 120 km, you have to shift down to the 5th gear to get a punch on the throttle. I can show that to you. Now it's already in 60s, that's why, but even at 90s, you might have to shift down to the 5th gear so that you get that punch for overtakings and all. And when it comes to refinement on the highway, these speeds like the 90 to 110 is kind of fine. There are absolutely no vibrations on the seat. There's a minor vibration on the foot peg, which is actually negligible if you are wearing a shoe. So that's kind of fine, no problem. And when it comes to the confidence in riding this motorcycle on highways, it again actually boils down to the suspension. The suspension setup on this motorcycle is a bit onto a harder side. So the problem with this, you get to feel everything on the road. You see that there are minor patches which has been done on the road and it's directly reflecting on the handlebar. So the problem is, if you are riding at high speeds and if you go through all these kind of things, the suspension actually literally doesn't do anything. So you have to take care of the bike by your own. So suspension is actually not saving you. So the confidence on riding this 100 or 120 is not that great compared to other motorcycles in the segment. Especially when this bike can go to 140 plus and all. The confidence in 120 is not that great because of the stiffer suspension. So probably you can put a less weight oil so that the suspension goes softer, but on the stock setup, suspension is not that favoring for high-speed highway drive. And when there are crosswinds, this motorcycle is actually affected. Even though this is not a faired motorcycle, but during crosswinds, because of the suspension only, I feel I have to come down to a speed of 80 or 90 km/h so that I don't have to correct the handlebar all the time. Crosswinds is also a problem at 120. Be it 80 so that the motorcycle is not that affected. And if you look, this is a scrambler motorcycle, kind of a naked motorcycle. You'll be facing a little bit of wind blast issue, but honestly that wind is not that annoying to me on this motorcycle. It's kind of fine. And coming on to the ergonomics, this has one of the wonderful ergonomics that you can use it as a highway tourer, because the handlebar is slightly raised, which gives you a feel that you are sitting on a chair and kept your arms on the armrest. And the riding ergonomics is also fine. The foot peg is slightly forward set. The seat is ultimately cushioned. Be it the rider seat or the pillion seat, the seat is actually very well cushioned. So no issues. Until now I didn't feel that I should upgrade the seat to something else so that it gives more comfort. So I'm honestly happy with the feedback from the seat. And to talk about the luggage carrying capacity, here you have a metallic tank. That means you can have a magnetic tank back here. And towards the rear section you can actually have a saddlebag setup. As well, there is a pillion grab rail that can be easily used to convert into a saddle stay setup and all. So in that manner the luggage is actually sorted. You can have a lot of luggage tied on this motorcycle. Yeah, so that's the seat which I was talking about. It's very comfortable, and when it comes to the pillion seat as well, you see the distance from the seat to the pillion foot peg. The pillion won't be having a tight, cramped feel or something, and you can have your luggage sorted over there comfortably. So towards the rear section, the motorcycle is actually good. You can have your luggage tied up over there. And this motorcycle is actually expected to give a mileage of 35 km/L or even better than that on highways. In that manner, actually, with this tank capacity of more than 12 liters, I feel this motorcycle will return you a very good tank range. So you don't have to take a lot of stop on this motorcycle. That's something which can be taken care. So finally the question, if I have to pick this motorcycle for my highway tours, what all modifications will I be doing? So honestly, I don't feel like having a taller windscreen on this, because I'm pretty much comfortable with this kind of a riding posture, and I'm comfortable with this wind blast as well. The few modifications which I would like to do is to make the suspension a little softer. That's one thing. And I might go for an auxiliary light, because the headlight performance is not that great for highway rides, even with the high beams. In the sense, it is okay for city use. Coming onto a highway like this, I might need a little more visibility, so I might go for aftermarket auxiliary lights. That's all. So that's my take on this motorcycle. Altogether, I will say that this motorcycle has a lot of positives to be a highway road tourer. Since this is a scrambler motorcycle, The off-roading capabilities are something different. I don't want to repeat that in this video because I've already told all these things in my detailed review, so you can go and check it out. You can do minor off-roads, that's fine, but hardcore off-roads is not that possible on this motorcycle. So that's all on the touring review of this motorcycle. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you feel that this video is helpful for you, show some love in the form of likes and comments. See you in our next video. Until then, bye bye.